Welcome to a brand new podcast. This is Everything with Everett, a podcast dedicated to hosting important conversations. Everything with Everett is hosted by Everett McConaughey from Boise, Idaho. Everett is an Idaho native who is ready to share his thoughts and observations on a wide variety of subjects. Politics, science, faith, religion, technology, and so much in between. How did we get here? What can we learn from each other? How can we put the past into a healthy conversation that helps us grow tomorrow? This is Everything with Everett, a conversation worth having. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thanksgiving 2020. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. This is such a really weird year. I was watching part of the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on NBC. Definitely an interesting experience. Mixed thoughts on the whole ordeal. I'm happy that they found a way forward. That's pretty cool that they recorded it in segments, and hence why the weather was a little bit different throughout the different clips, because they filmed it on different days. A very unique, out-of-the-box way to approach it, so hats off to them. My only gripe, and I guess negative thought on the whole thing, is the fact that they filled up all the balloons that they used with helium, which is a diminishing gas and resource, and it just seems like a waste. I mean, it looks nice. It's, part of the parade, but to literally fill it up to march it one length of street in front of the Macy's store instead of through the streets, obviously due to COVID. I'm happy that they're not exposing people and encouraging people to congregate on the sidewalks, but that's my only complaint. It just feels like a luxurious waste. But other than that, kudos to Macy's for thinking outside the box and coming up with a way to create something new for a very unique year. So today, I would like to discuss Thanksgiving to me, I guess. It's been a hard year for everybody. I'm no exception to that. Kind of wanted to go over some things that I'm thankful for. So definitely thankful to have you to listen to me and hopefully interact. If you'd ever like to provide your thoughts on something, I am available via text or voicemail. You can leave a message with, hey, I was listening to this podcast and this is what I was thinking. So if you want to text your comments anytime, 24 hours a day, every day of the week, if you call it, it goes straight to voicemail. You're not going to potentially have to talk to me. I can call you back if you want, but you don't have to worry about me, hello, who are you kind of a thing. So the phone number is area code 208-391-2808. You can send a text message. You can send a call and leave a voicemail. If you'd like, I can include voicemails in future podcasts with some commentary from listeners. I can edit certain things, if you want me to just edit a snippet of something. If you want to say, hey, here's my thoughts on your podcast, and then, oh, by the way, here's a comment that I'd like to give you to play for the podcast, I can edit it to where it's just whatever you want me to share with other people. So if you would ever feel moved to provide your feedback on a podcast, 208-391-2808. Also, there are email options. If you go to my website, everettmcconaughey.com/podcast, it will give you all the details there, or just everettmcconaughey.com. So without further adieu. I keep saying that every time I introduce them. I would like to give a shout out, plug in to my sponsors at Buzzsprout. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners. The team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Buzzsprout gets your show listed on every major podcast platform. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Click the link in the show notes and let Buzzsprout know Everett sent you. You'll get a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and you'll help support this show. So yeah, totally love the people over at Buzzsprout. I have nothing negative to say about them. They are incredible. They truly just want to help people that are interested in podcasting. Even if you don't want to use their platform, they will give you, there's resources out there that they have to help you. And one thing I love, they have a thing where if you decide to go with Buzzsprout and you're like, you know what, not liking it, going to go somewhere else, they will help you leave their platform and help you migrate your content to somebody else. And if if you're coming from somewhere else, they will help you come to them. They said, there's a line, I should look it up and get the quote, but there's a line on their tech support thing that says customer service, or like their support of you doesn't stop even if you decide to leave them. So they're hands down, I think, the best podcasting organization out there, and I totally recommend them. So moving on, Thanksgiving 2020, we are in the midst of a resurging pandemic, COVID-19 coronavirus, the whole mask situation. My fiance is away at work, working in a retail store, which scares the bejesus out of me because it's in a county that they don't believe in masks. And his life is potentially on the line because of it. So, that's, I guess, my most disheartening thing about this whole situation is not whether or not someone believes in a mask or not. It's the fact that my grandparents' generation, the World War II generation, they heard, hey, something's going on in Europe, and they were happy to step forward and do whatever we needed to do to win that war. Well, we're at a war with a virus that is literally killing hundreds of thousands of citizens in our country. And we're literally fighting the people that tout patriotism and strap an American flag and rip it to shreds on the back of their truck, who claim to support the military and the Marines and the Navy and Army and all of that. They're very unpatriotic and non-wavering in their fact that, they're making the mask all political. My grandparents, I don't know if they would have been like, oh, well, the mask is, it's something. It's to help prevent the spread. It's in case you're asymptomatic and all that, to help keep you from spreading to other people. Like, help people who have a compromised immune system, or who are elderly, or who might not survive the virus. It's to help them. And I feel like my grandparents' generation would have stepped up in a heartbeat, without question. No one's saying you can't do whatever you want or say whatever you want in your own house. That's fine. But when you step out, they would have stepped up to that call to protect those around them and be a good citizen in this community. And I feel like there are people that are gathering today. They're potentially going to kill grandma in a month. They're going to kill their aunts and uncles that have diabetes. They're going to kill the loved ones that didn't know about medical conditions that they had. they're just in for a rude awakening. So I really hope that you're one of the people that didn't gather your family this year, no matter how hard it is and how weird it is. You know, I'm thankful that my family's alive. We're all scattered. We're not doing anything today. Like I said, my fiance's at work. I am heading to work in about an hour, and my parents are having a Thanksgiving by themselves. My sisters are having Thanksgivings with, my sister in Portland is having Thanksgiving with her friends that she lives with, and my other sister here in Boise, she's probably having Thanksgiving with her boyfriend. So everyone, you can find a way to have a sense of family, albeit maybe one other person. And if you happen to be by yourself, there's nothing wrong with texting people, reaching out, do a FaceTime call or a duo call. There's the technology's out there. There's a way to connect with people without potentially taking their lives. So I'm thankful this year for many things. It's been a rather dark year, if I can sum it up. And I really want to do a podcast series in December, kind of about things that this year has taught me. I've got some very heavy subjects to discuss with you. And I was thinking about some things this morning that I wanted to say that I'm thankful for. And hell, I don't even know what I'm thinking about right now. And I'm getting teary, but this year's been hard for all of us, and you're not alone. And God, you just have to find something to be thankful for. Something. So just be thankful the people that you get to talk to. If you have a pet, be thankful that you get to pet them and you get to feed them. And believe it or not, picking up their poop is a blessing. My dog died in April. And that has been a huge source of depression, problems. I feel like a lot of my emotional personal life, like the best way I can describe it is it feels like I got in a car accident and just boom, I had to walk away. Like there was no warning, nothing I really could have done. And so I just haven't been feeling the holiday spirit this year. And this year just has not gone to plan. But I'm alive. I'm healthy. I don't have COVID. I've got a fiance that I love, loves me back. I've got parents that care about me. I'm employed. My God. Total hats off to the people out there, excuse me, who've lost jobs, or maybe one spouse lost their job. The people who are financially suffering. And it infuriates me that you see these other modern countries and just how much they've helped their countrymen with ensuring that they have a roof over their heads and food in their mouths. And I saw something that there's a ton of people that are facing foreclosure on mortgages, eviction from rentals. There's people that can't pay their bills. In our country, our beautiful, Christian, God-loving, one nation under God country, everybody got $1,200 back at the beginning of all this. And that's a real slap in their faces from the Democrats and the Republicans. If you're a senator or a House representative member on the national scale, shame on you. I have no doubt that people like Mike Crapo, Jim Risch, Mike Simpson, representing Idaho, they probably all think that we remodeled kitchens and we're having a wonderful Thanksgiving this year and are brand new, with brand new appliances, new stove. Like, just, I don't know, like, it frustrates me that you've got people like Jeff Bezos of Amazon making billions of dollars. And he doesn't even need it. He doesn't even care. Like, could you imagine the things that would be solved if half of that, just half of his income went back to the people of this country? The homeless situation could be taken care of. The food insecurity, like, anyway, I don't know. I was hoping to make this more of a just a happy, thankful podcast, but you're just getting the raw feelings. It's frustrating. I've lost friends this year over things like I apparently can't post that I think that people who voted Republican or conservative for Trump are nuts. I don't think that they would know facts or truth if it smacked them in the face. And they're in constant denial. And then they turn around and they tell me, oh, I unfriended you or disconnected from you because I felt like you were so anti-conservative, anti-Republican. Yet they don't want to face the facts that they themselves shared things, calling people like me a sheep or choosing to live life in fear because I wore a mask. Because I stepped up to promote a healthy community, because I actually gave a damn about the person next to me at the grocery store. That's the world that we live in 2020. So I guess we should be thankful that we now know who our family members are. We know that our conservative cousins of certain cult-like religions have very close-minded views and power-hungry desires in this world. And then they turn around and flood social media with hashtag give thanks. So we should acknowledge the straight white privilege pride that they represent on a grand scale. Anyway, so yeah, it's hard. This year is just really weird, and I can't wait for it to be over. Although the downside is too, like, so like back in the spring, it was like, oh, this thing is bad, but we were hoping it would be kind of wrapped up by June, then July, like things were getting kind of pushed back. And it was like, no, we're going to really have to cancel these events or move them online. And so I kind of feel like there was this mindset that the holidays was kind of like, if we can just get there, we'll be back to normal. But nobody actually did anything, and our numbers are higher than they ever were. And back then, you know, it was all about how the lockdowns were going to shut down the economy. How's the economy going to boom if half of our population dies? Like, I don't know. And it's the same stuff every week. And I just don't know anymore. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. On one hand, I envy the people who can be blissfully ignorant, through no fault of their own. The people that just are not aware of what's happening around them. I'm too civically minded to be that person. I like to know what decisions are pending and what's out there. I like to know what's coming. But there's so much stress that comes with that. And being an educated person has its own burdens. But I'm thankful that we move forward. Life has a funny way of just trudging forward. You can hack a tree, but as long as there's just enough left, it'll grow back. It may not look as pretty as it used to, or have the same shape that the rest of the trees of that species would, but it'll grow back. And it starts with one leaf, and then that leaf turns into a branch, and then those branches grow, and then they create more leaves and more branches over the years. And life finds a way to move forward. So we will move forward, even if life's a lot like this through the middle of next year. Because even with the vaccine, it's still going to take a while. Like, both the shots take 2 doses. There's still going to be a slow economic recovery from all this. People are still in the air on, we're going to have a surge in homeless populations. And I just think that we need to, no matter what your thinking is, we need to make sure that we're thinking about others in our world, in our communities, for food, for shelter, for basic rights. I mean, why force someone to live if we're going to subject them to poverty, food insecurity, force them to live with medical ailments that they can't get treated because healthcare is not a right? It's frustrating. That's not what I thought America was. That's not what I thought the world was. But that's what we learned this year. And we're not going to have holidays to look forward to. So January, February, and March, probably April, it's going to be a long haul. Thankfully, spring will be here towards the end of that, but we won't have Christmas to look forward to. I think there's going to be a little bit of apprehension about 2021 ringing that in, because remember 2020 was supposed to be the year where everything lined up. Taco Tuesday was on Cinco de Mayo, and Halloween was on a Saturday or something. Like, everything was perfect. The calendar just worked out beautifully. And oh my God, did we not know what was coming? Holy cow. So hopefully 2021 doesn't have any of the surprises that we have this year, because, oh Lord. But yeah, it's going to be an uneventful little stretch, and I guess we just have to find something to be thankful for today, tomorrow, next month, the month after that. And just be thankful that we have what we have. I started converting some old family video tapes, the old VHS tapes, because did you know that they rot with time and eventually they'll be unplayable? So if you have some family tapes, a little plug here, contact me and I'd be happy to assist you with getting them converted for a reasonable price. Obviously you need to ship them to Boise, and I can give you the details on getting them back to you in a digital format. You'll get to keep your tapes, like there's no worry about that and all that jazz. But I converted some tapes, and one thing that I really enjoyed was there was a tape from right after I was born in 1988. And it showed me, and then later on in the tape, it actually goes to Thanksgiving at my grandparents' house. The same house I remember them living in when I was a little kid, about, probably about, they lived there for 10 years until about I was 10. And it was just so cool, like seeing family members in this tape that are no longer here and hearing their voices and their laughs. Hearing my grandma and grandpa interact with each other, that was really cool. My grandpa's whistle, because he would whistle, while he's doing work and puttering around the house. Things looked definitely different back then, because it was like, whoa, I don't remember them having, that much weight or whatnot. But that's not the thing to take away. It's just loving our family members and appreciating them while we have them, and also the ways that we can capture family, because you never know when someone's going to be gone. So don't shy away from the pictures. Don't duck out of videos. If there's something about you that bugs you, take care of it. But don't punish other people because of your own insecurities. Be part of videos. Like I said, let your essence be captured by other people, so that when you're gone, you can be remembered, or just interact with other people. And then that way, if they're gone, you can see, hey, I had a great time with them. Like, we laughed about this, or we did this. Like, cherish the moments. So yeah, if you have old video cassette tapes, contact me. I'd be happy to help you get those converted to an MP4 format. You can share them with other family members and play them into the future. Obviously, it's going to be VHS quality, but better than letting them go away forever. So, who knows? You might find some treasures you didn't know were on a cassette tape. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Again, happy Thanksgiving. This is definitely an odd, interesting year. I hope you're finding a fun way to celebrate and make it memorable nonetheless. And enjoy whatever 2020 has blessed you with, given you, and just take stock and appreciate what you have. All right. I will talk to you guys next week. Have a great one. Stay safe, healthy, and socially distanced from others.